So we're back, and today we're covering Caroline Lucas in the Metro, writing a very, very brilliant piece called "The Brexit Campaigners Broke the Law. Now they must face the consequences." And as usual, we've been talking about this for the past 3 years. The fact that there is clear, undeniable evidence they broke the law and they haven't been punished. And yet, here's the thing. There was a guy, been a couple of videos now, saying, why haven't I covered the quote, Remainer cheating in the Peterborough by-election? The reason why, and I think we might go into this because it's quite funny, so we might do a video about it later. The reason why we haven't covered it is because every single instance of, quote, cheating has had no evidence to support it. No one has come forward to substantiate their claims or anything like that. What it is, it's another excuse for the Brexiteers to justify why they lost in Peterborough. So anyway, we'll get on with the article. So it is a big step to take legal action against the police, but I have joined a group of politicians in doing just that. The issue is something which strikes at the heart of our democracy. Politicians breaking the law to get the results they want. In this case, the UK leaving the European Union. For those of us who have decided to action are not a group of Ramonas trying to get the Brexit result overturned. We come from a different political parties and are both from both Remain and Leave camps, but we are unified in a deep dismay that our electoral laws were broken in what was the most important vote in this country for decades. The law breaking is not in doubt. The official regulator, the Electoral Commission, has fined the two main Brexit campaigns, Vote Leave and Leave.eu, and been strongly critical of both. Vote Leave was fined £601,000 for breaching spending limits. This was the campaign which was fronted by several government ministers, including a man who is now the forerunner to be our next Prime Minister, Boris Johnson. Vote Leave's contempt for law didn't end there. It refused to be interviewed by the Electoral Commission and destroyed key documents. On the other end, Leave.eu, Nigel Farage's anti-EU campaign, was fined even more, £70,000 for a series of offences, including breaking its campaign spending limit, inaccurately reporting loans it had received and not being clear about who had provided the money. It also failed to declare services related from a US campaign organisation from the US. We've become used to Nigel Farage being on the receiving end of unexpected loans. He has been generously bankrolled by the insurance tycoon Aaron Banks, receiving nearly £500,000 in the year after the referendum. Banks himself is under criminal investigation for his role in multiple suspected offences within the Leave.eu campaign. This is not just a matter of campaign teams failing to keep track of invoices. As the Electoral Commission said, both Vote Leave and Leave EU broke the election rules set out by Parliament to ensure fairness, confidence and legitimacy at an electoral event. The regulator has done its job, investigating, fining both campaigns, and would have fined them even more if it had the power to do so. But it doesn't end there. People who break the law should be held accountable, and so far that hasn't happened. Nearly a year ago, the Commission handed over more than 2,000 documents to the Metropolitan Police detailing why they believed serious offences had been committed by Vote Leave. Since then, there's nothing been done. Absolute silence. The police have two things to consider. Firstly, is there enough evidence? The answer is clearly yes. Furthermore, is it in the public interest to prosecute? If you believe in the rule of law and the fairness of democracy and the democratic process of our country, then the answer must be also yes. We are used to the same political parties having much deeper pockets than others, but as well as the two main parties being bankrolled rolled by wealthy individuals, corporations or trade unions, but during election periods, limits are set on how much they can actually spend. When that breaks down, one of those pillars of our democracy crumbles, because it is not universal suffrage which holds our democratic system. It is the rule of law. When it is broken, those responsible should be held accountable. The police must take action against those who broke the law or explain why they are not doing so. At the moment, that isn't happening. This is why we need to know more. And I completely agree. You have a situation where for over a year now, they've had this document, and the Metropolitan Police should explain either are they going forward with this investigation or are they not, and if not, they should explain why. Because when you have a regulator who is normally the first line of defence, who has fined them for serious breaches of electoral law, and then handed it over to the Metropolitan Police because they believe, in their own words, that there is serious criminal allegations, why has nothing been done? We need to find out why, and has this been coming from the government? Because here's the thing, Brexiteers, many of you are saying, oh, this is just another plot to try and stop Brexit. Well, here's the thing, what if this was a law or an election that you didn't like the results of? What if there was serious breaches of electoral law found by by the Electoral Commission in that, and the police did nothing about it? This is one of the things where you've got to be united, and even if you like Nigel Farage, you've got to come forward and say, okay, he broke the law and he should be held accountable. Otherwise, it makes politicians who, quote-unquote, many Brexiteers say they don't like, and that they are, quote, above the law, congratulations, guys, you are letting Nigel Farage get away with exactly that. But, there you go. Even the EU has been after Nigel Farage recently and has said that they might be starting criminal prosecutions against him for being during his MEP term. So, this isn't just, a random, Remainer saying this. This is a lot of people who are saying, look, electoral law has been broken and no one has been held accountable for it. And yet, apparently, this was, again, one of the main reasons that Brexiteers wanted to leave the EU. They wanted more accountability for our politicians. Well, here you have a perfect opportunity to uphold your beliefs, Brexiteers. Let's see how many actually decide to uphold that belief.